This is John Tuttle again with Tuttle Rock Supplies. We're trying to show how to make super thin tips. And once again, I don't know if you see how thin that is, but we actually compared it to a knife I had laying here. And we put the part of the knife blade by it. And the back part, before it bevels down, is actually thinner than it. But once again, as always, I've been in a hurry all my life. More points I made in 8 hours, more money I made. And I did not slow down enough on this, and I apologize because I told David here to stop me and say you need to slow down. So we're going to work on this edge, and I put chalk on it so you can see it. And what we were doing, if you didn't see that video, is I'm hitting straight into that edge as I can. And that's something I figured out a long time ago, and I've never made super thin points in front of anybody, and I'm no expert by all means, as I always say. And this is about as thin as I make them with percussion, but I don't make them that thin to sell them. And when I make them that thin, it's a special order, and usually they're going overseas, and that's about all I have to say about that. But I got this chalked up, and I'm going to show you how I'm hitting straight in on this edge. See where the flake came out? That's where the chalk was. And this is all percussion. It's not done by any pressure work. You can make a razor thin edge by hitting straight into the edge. Removed all of that big flake across there. Now we're going to do this one right here in the middle. It kind of isolated. That's why I went down one. Then we're going to come on the end. That was a good one that come off the end right there. But I'm going to take my pressure flaker, and usually I don't even use it. I set my platform up with that little bitty copper bopper there, but because we're videoing it, I'm going to get it perfect as I can. And it's a little slower doing this, but I'm trying not to make any mistakes so you can see how good this works. If I break it, I'm pushing it to the limit. You can already see how thin it is for percussion. Don't too many people do percussion work. They pressure flake it, and I pressure flake, but my wrists are wore out, my fingers are wore out from pressure flaking for over 40 years, and I can still hammer, believe it or not, and it don't bother me. I don't have any trouble hammering, not even in my shoulder. So we're gonna come through here, and we're gonna hit straight in again. And man, I wish I'd have caught that flake. That flake came out. I'll take this and show you. It went right through there. And as thin as that PC is. Now I'm gonna come out here on the tip again. I'm gonna point that tip, and I'm gonna run another flake. Went there. I'm gonna run another flake and another flake. All right. See how thin it is? Can you tell if it's thin with that Bear Hill?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, David Bear Hill's one of my friends teaching how to flint knap, and by the way, he's selling little necklace knives you wear around your neck. I don't know if he's got any with him, but we'll get some, put them on here in case you want some that make good Christmas presents or something. You can order them, and he does a pretty good job on them. He's only been flint knapping, what, 3 months, 4 months?
I think about 6 months.
6 months, okay. When you get old, 1 month's like 10 years. Time flies so fast. All right, I don't know if you can see the little white chalk here. I'm gonna do it again where you can see it. That's how thin that edge is. And I'm gonna drive straight into it. And I want this flake right here, and ooh, that's a sharp little woolly booger there. I don't know if you can see it or not. That's the red part. Come off up there. Took that part off right there. Took these flakes off right here. Now look at it. Now I'm gonna try to get one right up here on the tip. Gotta be careful on it. I'll break it quicker trying to pressure flake it because I can't pressure flake straight in. Well, I guess I could, but it's hard to turn the edge when you're pressure flaking straight in. That's what it's comment I should have made. Okay, we're gonna take this joker And I changed to a smaller one, and it's lighter, so I might miss. If I miss, I'm gonna break it. Oh man, that was it. It came off right there. Now I'm gonna get this little ridge out right here. I was hoping I could catch that joker. It was a cute one. And show it to you. I missed that one too. In fact, that one really didn't do that much. It was dull. I did not sharpen it. And when you get in a hurry, lots of times I stay in a hurry and I forget to sharpen, but there's a little ridge went off. Now look how thin that joker's getting. And I don't mind hitting it on the end like this. I just come down and nibble it off and make a needle point out of it. And people think I pressure flake them, but I don't. You sitting there watching, there's nothing pressure flaking about that. I straighten the edge up and everything with it. So we're gonna work a bigger piece and give you some ideas how to work on that, hitting straight in. We're gonna lay this one over here to the side. Well, I have one more I was wanting to show you that we'd worked on, and I thought it was a little thick. This is one we did yesterday, and because of this white back here, that's the outer line of that Georgetown, but it's solid. You ought to be able to see how the flakes come off. So I'm gonna start at the tip. And that one went right through there. It's a little small flake. Ooh, took a big one off there. Didn't mean to take one off that big. I guess it was set up better than I realized. But every bit of that's gone, except just a tab right there. Okay, now, we did some spalling yesterday, and I had some flakes that come off, and this is some of the flakes that we worked down, and we did them on, I think on the video, or I'm not sure, I think we did. But I'm gonna take a flake and show you how you take a real thin flake and do percussion work. It can even be thinner than that. You don't have to do any pressure flake, you do all percussion. I'm gonna chip this way. This is where I get to hurry now. I'm sitting there doing all this instead of taking my time like this and saying, okay, I'm setting the platform up, and I apologize for that. I'm gonna strike right here, put a little snap to it, run that flake off right there. Now I'm gonna come on this side of it. It's got it isolated a little bit. And I'm gonna come in there. That flake's gonna come off just like this. Now this is the thickest part on this rock. This is where that percussion bub was. So I'm gonna get rid of it first, and that's why I'm sitting there hitting so hard on it. Now, I want to thin this base, and always when I'm doing a demo or Flintknapping, I always want to, because, man, I just learned this by an accident one time. I'm sure a lot of nappers know it. I've never heard them talk about it. But when I thin a base, I never hit straight in like that. I don't hit in just a little bit, knock a little chip off. Because if you don't have it supported just right, it's going to snap. That's what you call an end snap. In fact, when we learned to nap back in the 70s, and J.Z. Saulberger and D.C. and Jim Spears and different ones, they said you won't ever hit a rock on the end. You want to thin the end first. It's the first thing you want to thin, and thin your middle last because it'll break. And little did we know, if you come in like this and hit on an angle and drive your flakes across, it's probably not going to break unless it's got a crack. Yeah, that flake went. Come back and do this one. And it looks like I'm hitting straight in, but I'm turning my wrist just as I go down. Excuse me. Have to get me a swallow of water here. But now I'm going to do this side. I'm setting it up to do. Trying to get rid of that cortex right there. So it's hard to nap through that cortex. Now we got a little hump right here. I'm going to come this way. And that took that hump out. And now, because it's such a nice little groove in there, I can hit almost straight in and thin it right in the middle. Now I'm gonna come back this side where the cortex is at and get rid of it. When you're working cortex, this is the thing you need to realize, especially if it's on Georgetown. You can hit on that stuff and that chalk absorbs the shock. And you can hit on it, hit on it, hit on it, and you got to have a real heavy rock. See how thin this is? I always find the blue or the gray stuff and hit there, and then come back. There's no blue or gray there, but come in this way, and then come on top. And chip it out using the color part of the rock. I might get a nodule or Georgetown where you can understand that a little better and explain it to you. I get off track. Only thing I stay on track doing is eating. I don't get off track when I'm eating a bologna sandwich, that's for sure. All right, this flake went that way. I guess you can see it. I don't know because it's white, but I'll outline it. I hit that way. Now I'm gonna hit right here and go that way. That flake went right in there. That flake went right in there. I'm gonna come back this way. Bring it back to the middle. I'm gonna dull that edge. It wasn't quite sanded enough. And you can see how thin it's already getting now. I'm gonna go ahead and thin this. This is kind of high. We got some high ears right in here like this. And this is real thin through here. So I'm gonna just chip down this way and set my platform up. And pressure flaking would probably be, I know it would, no problem about it, be a lot more accurate. And you like less of the breakage, you have perfect platform, and platform, not the same thing. You have perfect platform. And once again, I just can't do it. I've always got to be in a hurry. So this time I'm going to come down through here and try to take that out, which I did. It was up there like that. Now I'm going to come across here, come right in there, come back that way. And if I take all these waves out, pressure flake, it's pretty straight. So now we're going to come across here and try to get this off. This is a dip-in valley. If you look down it, it's low. So if I run flakes across there, they're gonna hinge right in the middle. So I'm gonna chip down like this and try to make a turtleback or a concave surface. I call them turtlebacks. So if I say turtleback, that's what I'm talking about. Right in the middle of this thing. And hopefully I can get it to work before I lose too much width on it. Like I say, this is just a flake I picked up off the floor. And I was trying to show you how hitting on the edge will help with thin stuff. All right, I'm gonna grind it. Now I'm gonna come up and bring this edge up. I'm just, again, I gotta slow down. David, tell me to slow down. I'm just slowly chipping right here, just straight down.
Well, you're not trying to take anything off other than just turn the edge. You're not trying to run flakes.
That's exactly right. And please open up and comment, because when I'm focusing on this, if you've been napping for a long time, you know 90% of flint nappers don't want to talk to nobody. When I used to go to nap-ins, and I went to all of them years ago, I would find the napper I thought that had some skills I wanted to learn, and I said, "You care if I sit down by you?" I said, "I will not open my mouth." They said, "No, sure," and I never opened my mouth. I never asked them those questions, and I might watch them 2 or 3 times a year. I might see them at another nap here, because I don't want to distract them, because they're putting all that work and effort into it. And I have them sit down and ask me so many questions. I just want to say, "Look, I'm tired of this. You're not going to buy nothing, don't ask questions." Okay, it's still low, but I'm going to drive them across to try to level it out. So maybe the next series will go across. And it's hard to tell, but I'm shooting straight in on those jokers. And that edge is razor thin, and I'm still running flakes and shooting straight in.
Well, the good thing about that, you can always come from the other side and take the hinges out, huh?
That's right. Now, this is going to have hinges because it's low in the middle, but I ought to be able to get them out once I get the contour right at it. Okay, now I'm going to come up here, and no way I would ever do this. And never hit something on the end that's this thin. And I'm going to come right down through here like that. And I'm going to come over here like that. Now then, I'm gonna take this hump out here. This is where the percussion bulb was at, and it's still high here. I tried to work it down a little bit. I got a hinge right there, but that's okay. I'm gonna hit up on it a little bit high and I'll take the hinge out. And I'm gonna hit straight in. That took the hump out, and that took that hump out. And that's about all she wrote right there.
Which, now correct me if I'm wrong, but when you took the hinge out, you hit more straight down, and then you shot one across.
That's exactly right.
In.
That's exactly right. And we shared that on another video. And let me see if I find something got a hinge in it.
You want to bring some of my work in here? It's got plenty of hinges.
No. Here's a hinge right here. I hope we can see it. Let me find a pencil. Excuse my mess. But this will be an example. It's right on the edge, but even if it was right there and it was a bigger hinge, it wouldn't matter. You're gonna hit way up here on top. Now we've always been told, do not hit on top. Do not hit on top. And that's true if you're napping like you normally nap and you're supporting everything like you normally support it. But if you want to get that hinge out, hold it like this, like I showed on that square edge deal, and hit on the top, and it's gone. It goes under it. It'll take it straight out. I mean, look where that came out. Now that's another little fish scale right there. It's not a hinge there. There's a hinge. Here's a little hinge right here. It's another. Let's do this one. It's just a little bit one, but I'm telling you to do the same thing. You hit right up on the top edge, and you hit straight down, but you gotta support it and turn it to the side. Just like I'm gonna do with this. Okay, now, I'm gonna come down here, and this is where I think it's as thin as a sheet of notebook paper. Kid, just right on the school right here. And I didn't make it this thin. This was a flake. But you can see how thin it is. It's pretty thin. I'm gonna try to drive that flake off right there. Now then I'm gonna come down here and hit on it. And the reason it's not breaking is I'm hitting it straight in on the edge. If it's real thin, if I came down like that joke will break right there. If I hit straight in, it will not. Now you're gonna have a lot of hinges doing that, so you gotta know how to get them out. But I only do it on real thin tips. And that way I can come from the other side and get them out. Like these hinges here, that's what I'm talking about. But this is the way you get them out. It comes all the way across and takes it out. Now I'll get this side here. Those hinges are gone. You can see how thin that's getting. Now we got a pretty good hinge right in the middle, and put some platforms up here. Take me just a minute. And here I'm going 90 miles an hour again. Chip, 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 chip. Okay, I'm gonna grind this baby good, and I like to use something finer that I can really get it solid. Now, I'm gonna have to hit down a little bit on this. I'm still gonna try to hit into it, and this is where I'm probably gonna break it. But as David said, if I hit straight in, it's gonna hinge worse like that. So I'm gonna have to try to get in, but a little downward sweep on it, and I took it out. But there again, I hit, you can see, let me get it set right. I hit higher up on it, up on top. See where it caved in? You can't tell where I hit on the others, but you can tell on that one I hit like that and ran it out of there. And I think I'm gonna pressure flake the rest of them out because and finish pressure flaking this thing, because if I go, I try to see how far I can take it. When I'm caught up on my orders, you wouldn't believe the flint I go through. You can look down here on the floor. I try to make stuff as thin as I can get, and I work on it until I break it. And it doesn't bother me a bit, because that's my challenge. And this is what I'm going to do right here. I'm going to see how thin we can get this tip hitting on it. Now, I could pressure flake it, and probably, I don't know if I can get it that thin pressure flake it. Get it right through there.
Mm-hmm.
So, picking it up pretty good.
Oh, yeah.
All right, I'm gonna take this little white part out. Watch this joker break. I'm missing the edge. I've tried to hit the edge and to be real, real careful. All right, now I'm gonna just barely bevel this edge. Come right through there and took it out. Take it right off the tip now. All right, this is the way it'll work on something bigger. The same technique. You gotta use a bigger billet. This is one that we knocked off. I had a big chunk of Georgetown. This is one of the spall. I knocked a bunch of big spalls off doing a spalling demonstration. And you can see I've already thinned the base where my hinges come in. Right there, you can see how thin the base is. I hadn't removed anything on this side. I will. I'm gonna work on the point part first. And I'm gonna go down this way and build me a good platform. I want a strong one. I'm gonna really grind on it. Now, if it hinges with this big billet, I can come back from the other side. This is what got me interested in this. I don't know if you can see this or not. That's a real point from Texas. And I studied the flake patterns. And these flake patterns are the same as indirect percussion. And basically the way I'm doing it. You see how thin that is? We were digging a campsite in Texas. We found like 40 broken pieces like this. And I kept them. And this is when I started studying, researching. It's been several years ago on how to percussion something super thin. And a lot of people said they pressure flake them over just real strong. Well, it could be, but I doubt it. So we're gonna come right here. I imagine they were pretty strong. They smell like smoked buffalo hides, but as far as, you see where I went straight into that edge and remove that, now I'm gonna go straight in here. And I do have a hinge right there. So now I'm gonna come straight in here. Now I'm gonna smack it pretty good now. I got that little part moved. But I want this one to really shoot out. I think you heard it pop. I smacked that joker pretty doggone hard. And you can see I split the edge with it because that part's missing. But you can look at it and see, now I'm gonna split the edge on this one just a little bit. Kind of work back way down through here. Get me another platform built up. I don't like that sound. When it makes that sound, I don't have it ground enough or I'm not hitting it in the middle. That's the sound I like to hear right there. There we go.
Nice solid sound, huh?
I'm sitting there laughing at it because I've been doing this for a long time. I wish I knew about this 30 years ago when I first started working with it. I'm gonna hit right here. You can quite run it across. It's a little hinge right there. I'm trying to clear it out. I'm hitting straight down up high, just lightly tapping it to get it out of there so I can come back and pop it pretty good. There that one went. There that one went. Now I'm gonna come right here. Kind of isolating the platform here. When I'm working on the tip, I never isolate it. It's so narrow, and I want the whole thing to be as smooth as it can be in case I miss strike. I'll still get something off. If it's isolated, I miss, I won't still be able to remove something. And I'm not the most accurate person in the world. I miss a lot.
Would you say if you isolated it on the tip, it's more chance to break? Because you got thin spots and a thick spot in the middle?
I really don't know about that. It's a good question. But when I'm working on the tip, and I discussed this on the other video, I do not want a jagged edge like this. And you see these little sawtooth edges? I want to grind those jokers down. That's why I use something heavy. And I come back to do it again. And now if you look, that's smooth. There's no little chips in it like you see these little teeth here. That's smooth. And it's also left me a couple of platforms I just realized are pretty much isolated. There's two of them there. I didn't even realize I'd done that. Wonder I didn't break it. I hit too high into it. And I didn't hit straight in either. I had to do that because I hit straight in, it wouldn't have done that. So I got lucky there, real lucky. I get to talking and thinking ahead of myself what I'm going to do next. Lose my concentration.
Probably not too easy having a camera right by your hand either, huh?
Nah, that don't bother me. I'm human. I'm going to break stuff like everybody else. There she goes. Now this side I hadn't even started on yet. I'm going to remove this here, switch to a smaller billet and see how it works. You want to get smaller as it gets thinner. And took that hump out, but I didn't hit it hard enough, and it's almost hinged. It's a little hinged, but it's not that much, and I think it'll run right through it. If I hit the right place, the right direction, yeah, it went through it then. Now I come back here and try to hit it. Sort of angle that way into it. And try to angle this way into it. There we go, she's out. One little spot here we're gonna work over. Is my phone buzzing?
No.
Something buzzing or making a weird noise. It might be my stomach growling. Okay, let's run some plates. We got another situation here where there's a big valley right through here. So I'm gonna come this way and all my hinges will be here, and I hope this is high enough to come across this way and get them out. I'm just gonna go down through here and getting rid of this sharp edge. And again, I'm hitting straight into it. You see the little chatter marks I'm making? Now I'll get rid of those and try to trace it up a little bit. Ooh, I didn't want to do that. I'm in the habit of raking them plates off. I want to show you how far this is running. And I'm not really hitting it that hard. But there's the plate. That's where it went right there. I don't know what's up with this. It's different color and rock, but it's not wanting to chip through it. There it goes. Probably was the idiot behind the boppers why it didn't want to do it. He wasn't driving the boppers correctly. Or didn't have a license to operate it. Now I'm just kind of going to lightly tap these and Try to run them just a little ways, and that's going to kind of make this hump back on this side. And then when I make the next pass, maybe I'll run easier, run further easier too. This one went all the way through here. That was a major plate right there. I mean, it was major. It went just like that. Now I'm kind of isolating because it's some thick stuff and I'm not out on the tip. If I missed it, I still got it set up to the side. It's strong enough that it'll do a good flake. And I missed it, not 100%. I caught the edge of it. I would love to caught it in the middle, but it didn't quite hit the middle. This one went right to there. I'm just gonna tap down on these a little bit. I'm holding it up. It looks like I'm tapping down, but I'm holding it up so I'm hitting straight in. I'm just doing it while I'm holding it up. And all I'm doing is bringing this tip narrow, putting more of a point on it. If my nose goes running, I'm sorry. It's just cool in here. I don't feel bad or nothing. It just...
I have to stop and catch it, huh?
Yeah, that's right. I'm not used to this cold weather. All right, we're gonna work on thinning this tip, and then we're gonna come in and run these across there. Straight in, all the way across. Actually, it rolled over and made it real thin when it did that. Okay. Try a little more right here. That one rolled all the way over too, and almost took it completely out, but it left it paper thin. I mean, it's unbelievable how thin that is right there. It had a rollover plate shot all the way across. I've got to hit this hard enough to come all the way over here because I got these waves in this rock. You can't feel it, but it kind of steps up. It's smooth, but it steps up. I want to see if I can get that out. I hit pretty hard right there, and that's the result of it. That little joker shattered everywhere, but it got it out. Okay, let's see if we can get this hump out here. And I'm gonna save myself from being embarrassed because I say I'm probably gonna break it. That's the way you do that. I didn't mean to win the game. I just wanted to play, and I wanted you to win. Major plate come off there. We're gonna try to run plates all the way across this joker like it. Another good plate went off right there. This one's got a hinge right in the middle of it there, so I'm gonna try to cover this side of it. I did, but the hinge stopped it from running that far. Didn't quite get on the edge enough. Got to the left of it just a little too much. I might can catch it coming this way. I hate doing, oh, I took it out. Boy, that was a good one, look at that. When I said come this way, I hit on an angle, and that's where it come out and it took it out. Man, see, I go talk and get excited. I didn't have that edge ground. I just crushed it. I need one of those shot collars I put on dogs. And when I go to get in a hurry, they'll shock me. Make me stop and think if I'm ready to hit or not. Alrighty. Get this side going. I hate to even think about hitting down here. I got the tips of there. Can't mess up, or I'd be done sure that joker happened too. There we go. Got a little hinge here, but that'll come out real easy. Exactly what I'm talking about. I went to hit up there and I no more. I went to hit right there and I never ground up there. I just happened to see it when I was turning it to hit it. How sharp it was. Now we're going to try to set this base right in here. There we go. And this a little more. Okay, we got to go back on this side now. We got plates all the way across it. So we get right in here. On this side, now we got to go on that side. When I say all the way across or to the middle, that's what I should have said. They're not all the way across, but they'll be easy to meet. If I get the convexity right on the other side, I'll be able to reach them with no effort at all. But if I don't, it's going to be hinges, and a lot of start overs and backups, and go again. Make it thinner and thinner. I mean, narrow and narrow, not thinner, but lose your width. Okay, right here is where we need to go. Really grind that joker. I'm right to there. Wow, nothing happened. That's why I hit the first time. It just tried to break out. Probably hit, instead of hitting the edge, I probably hit too low on it. But anyway, that got it. This is the only spot we got left. Right to there. Right to there. All the rest of this will pressure flake out real easy. I'm gonna come back and see if I can get this little hump out right here. This is where this color changes. It's white, it's layers of white. It's like a lollipop or something that, even though the material's solid, the layers are not sometimes. And you get trouble with hinges because of the layers, and that's exactly what's happened right here. I'm gonna hit a little high here and try to smooth that out. Same thing here, smooth it out. But right here, I'm gonna try to shoot into it and shoot across it. I don't know if it'll work. Whoa! No go, no go. It wanted to, but it did not. Okay, I can pressure it out now. I'm gonna quit hitting on it. Because if I hit high now or whatever, I guarantee you I broke it. Now it's wavy. I don't see if you can tell how thin it is, but it's real wavy, but it's real thin. When you get all these waves out, it'll be down thin. But I hope y'all enjoyed that, and I hope it helps you. It's a different technique and a different method you might want to try. Thank you, Brother Barry Hill, for videoing it for us. I'm gonna get me some H2O.